Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Peace be upon you all. My name is Agil, and I'm from ISK Medica and Awal Care Clinic, and I'm going to be your moderator for this session. Uh, Now we are gonna talk about the ultrasound finding of urinary tract disease in cats with Dr. Siti Zainal, well known as Dr. Nena. First of all, let me introduce you to our speaker. She was graduated from IPB University and she started her career since 1991. It's quite a long time. It's not a doubt. She's an expert. She's everywhere when we talk about the radiograph. She's been written a few books about it and she's been attended a bunch of seminars and being a speaker since 2008. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Siti Zainal. So great to have you on board, Doctor. You have 2 minutes. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First, I want to thank you to Dr. Mirzawal. It's an honor for me to invite him here to share my experience today. I am so happy to be here together with my precious colleagues from around Indonesia to share passion about feline medicine. I saw many young faces, maybe around 10% only that I recognize it, yeah. I apologize, my English is not perfect, but I will share today ultrasound finding of urinary tract diseases in cat. I hope you will enjoy it. I am not an expert in the ultrasound, but I'm reading and exploring examination between physical and ultrasound for diagnosis and treatment planning in daily basis. Especially with my interest of tissue surgery, I can evaluate my work with the USG. For example, this week I do the nephrotomy, and then usually after the operation, I did some blood tests also, and then when we see the red blood cell goes down in 1 million in one day, 24 hours after surgery, of course I would like to see what happened with that dog. Is it bleeding? Is it leaking? Or something else? So I think USG is really good things. We can do evaluation for our works. Okay, maybe we can start with the cases here. Okay, we will start with the, I would like to ask you to communicate together, yeah. This is my case, but I would like we discuss everything together. So the ultrasound findings in urinary tract diseases in cat. Next, please. Okay. The urinary tract disease, one of organ system in the body that we can diagnose by USG. Maybe we know the upper one that it will be kidney and ureter, and then the down one it will be bladder and urethra. And the diseases can be congenital and acquired. I'm sure all of us here at the clinic have some cases. I think it's quite familiar, yeah. Next, please. So if we see, I just want to review a little bit about the anatomy. Because I think when we see the ultrasound, only black, gray, and white, that's it, right? But when we have anatomically in our mind, it will be easy for us to convert when we see the diagram in the ultrasound itself, so we can imagine divert to our mind what happened in there. Like kidney. Kidney, it will be symmetric in the body, and then the size for cats around 3 to 4.5 centimeter. And then we know one of them we call flying kidney, that's the left one, because they just like can go further than the right one. But the right kidney, it will be just behind the rib. And then when we put the probe there, maybe Dr. Denny, Prof. Denny, is already talked about that. She's an expert. So we can imagine how far they go to scan that kidney. And then we can imagine what inside. Next, please. So when we see this one, this is the normal kidney. Usually we can see the cortex, the medulla. When we cut, let's say half them. But when go further, usually we'll see deeper, and then we can see the renal pelvis. Mostly the stone stay in there. And then after that, maybe we can see also, if really dilated, we can see the ureter is bigger, and then how the some of them can use calculation for GFR, and then we can see how hydroureter can happen in there also. Next, please. Okay. And for the bladder, usually first the histological we can see there is 4 layer. The mucosa, it will be hypoechoic, and then the submucosa, it will be hyperechoic, and then there is muscularis there, and then the last one it will be serosa, yeah. It's like kue lapis, yeah. If they're really healthy, so we can see the hypoechoic, and then the hyperechoic, and then the hypoechoic, and the last one the hyperechoic. Putih, hitam, abu-abu, hitam. The normal range for the bladder wall thickness in cats has been reported up to 1.7 millimeter. And then the normal urine within the bladder is the most common anechoic. I think everybody is really newcomers for starting learning about the ultrasound. It will be easy for us to find it. And then we can see very clear there. It's definitely when the bladder is really full, it's easy for us to find it. Maybe you can start with that one first. So we can see from that one, the urine, it will be filled in the bladder, and then we can see the orificium. Usually it's easy for us to find it. What the problem in there, usually we can explore it. And then it's very important when we do the ultrasound for the bladder, there is 2 holes there. When the ureter full with the urine goes to the orificium inside around 1/3 below the bladder, we can see with the probe just like flow there, and then it will be the same pulse with the pulses, so you can see flow like that. So we know how about the situation that time about the urination. Because I'm a practitioner, so maybe I would like to share our cases here, and then please we will discuss about this one, and then I'm sure together we can share together also. So this is the case 1. The signalement is a male castrated, still young, 4 years old, domestic short hair. And then the anamnesis, last year has been treated because of the FIT. And then this cat come to our clinic because the owner feel something wrong with him. Sometimes this goes to the what you call the litter box, and then it look like straining there, and then coming again, setting several times foot also, and then after that, when the owner touch their body, especially the epigastricus one, the cat doesn't like it. And then after we do the examination, I do the ultrasound because I would like to see what happened inside. Next, please. This is the ultrasound finding. I would like to see everybody here and then make trust the hand. What do you think? What kind of organ this one?
Konfirmasi sama abang tuh bisa nggak?
Udah.
Sama abang tuh udah.
Udah.
Udah kan?
Udah.
Soalnya ada nanti kamu bilang sama dia.
Iya,
Aku
udah.
ngasih barang itu.
Next ya.
Can tell me, please. What do you think? A bladder
Dia aku
or a kidney? Who's a bladder?
Udah ada video bang.
udah kan?
Okay. Who's a kidney? No one? Kidney? Okay. Next, please. Actually, this is a kidney. Yes, the structure is gone. And then we did the measurement. Still normal, almost normal. 4.7, I think. Next, please. Other, maybe anybody have idea? Hydronephrosis, abscess or renal
Yang keluar
cysta.
satu-satu gitu ya? Iya dok.
Who's hydronephrosis? Okay. Abscess. Okay. And the last one, the renal cyst. Okay. We will see. Yeah. I think if the hydronephrosis, it will be still there is some structure there. We can see very clear. That's the key. But if abscess, it will be something like gray inside. And then if the kysta, it will be something in there, and then beside that it will be bigger. Must be something, I'm sure everybody knows about the polycystic kidney in the Persian, yeah? So if the kysta, you will see a hole there, many spot, many black spots. Okay. Next, please. This is the when I do the surgery. So the result is that one. That's the abscess in the kidney and the ureter. I miss also the ureter in that picture is really big. And then that time when we do the ultrasound, we didn't recognize it also. We don't know exactly until we open it. So we learn. Actually, if we come back to the anatomy, maybe we can see again. We just realize that ureter is really big, half than a kidney. Finally, we have to do the ureter nephrectomy. So we have to take it out the part from the kidney until the ureter. Next, please. Okay, this is the second case. This is male again. This is fertile, pretty young, pretty handsome, 1 year old, a Bengal one. And then the anamnesis has been vomited several times. He's still very active. And then when I do the examination, there is a mass in the epigastricus. All the blood results are good, including for the kidney, the liver, the red blood cell, everything is really perfect. Next, please. So, we found it when we do the ultrasound. That's near the epigastricus one. Anybody can get the idea? What is that? Maybe we know in cats, happen granuloma, yeah, is quite common. Is it granuloma or the abscess? I just want to know who is guess for the granuloma one. Okay. For the abscess and for the kysta. Wow, it's a lot. Okay. Can help me? I just want to know how you think that about kyst. Can somebody explain it to me?
Mau interaktif dok.
Please put ke kysta. Panitia bisa minta tolong. I just want to know about the reason why you think that the kyst. In the middle here. Okay, it's okay. We will share. We just discuss about this. I just want to know why we think that the kysta, because this one everybody raise hand for the kysta. I just want to know why you think there's a kysta. Please help me. Oh, no one? Okay, next please. That's the last kidney, yeah? And then we will see, okay? Next,
Oh, iya.
that's the result.
Iya.
Which one the kysta? Can anybody tell me? This is quite rare, the case that the pseudokys in the kidney. If we see in the right side, you see in the middle, there is one spot. Upstairs there, that's the kidney. And then the kysta is around the capsula. So the capsula is really attached to the kidney. And then it's really huge. But the kidney itself, the structure still really good, in a good shape. Boleh balik lagi yang sebelumnya? So, if we see this picture, you can see this is the mass. That the mass also around, this is the left kidney, that's the small one. You can see very clear, yeah. Okay, next. Okay, this is Persian again, male castrated also, 10 years old. He is a Persian. And then the owner noticed the abdominal cavity is very bigger than usual. As usual, we do the physical examination. There is a mass again in epicarditis. We know everybody around epicarditis between kidney or bladder. Next. So this is the ultrasound finding. This is the left kidney. So everybody can guess what is this? Okay, next. You can see there, it looks like mirroring, yeah. What do you think? That's the kidney or the kysta, the same like that? Or the kidney with the bladder become together? That's really weird. Okay, next. I think we can start to guess yeah, for the differential diagnosis. Next, please. Pseudokys, you know already. Granuloma. And then this is the right kidney. The right kidney, they're having some kysta there. Yeah. This is the polycystic kidney. You can see the black spot there. Yeah. One more time, please. You can see the black spot there. So anybody can guess who's the pseudokys? Nobody? Okay, granuloma.
Banyak ya.
Okay, 1, 2. Okay.
Kalau misalnya rada
Okay, next.
apa-apa, Dok.
That's
Nggak apa-apa.
actually that the left side of the kidney they become huge, and then when we open it, only one kidney, then you can see inside there's full of pus. I just did the surgery last 2 weeks. Alhamdulillah still alive, the cat until now. Starting increase, we give the erythropoietin injection to help for the RBC because it's having severe anemia. And then when we did the cytology for this kidney, we only have several spots of the bacteria. Maybe we can discuss later what happened actually with this one, because I think that's quite aseptic. Even inside all the pus inside there. Okay, so finally we have to do the nephrectomy, and then of course with the ureter, yeah. So we did the nephroureterectomy. Okay, next. Okay, this is case 4. The Sinyaman again, male castrated, 4 years old, and domestic short hair also. And then the anamnesis cannot urinate. When we do the physical examination, the hind limb and professor are udem, and then the bladder tense, and the urinary catheter cannot be placed. Okay, next. Okay, that we can see how the cystitis is very severe, yeah. The wall of the bladder is really quite thick. And then when we do the examination, the cat cannot urinate because the orificium is really very tight also. Okay, next. So when we do the ultrasound, we can evaluate about the udem inside, about the coming of the wall of the bladder, and then we can see also about the lumen. Okay, next please. So when we open it, you can see the bladder is really thick like that. And then when we goes to the orificium, it's really swollen. So it's not possible for us to put the catheter inside. That is another way we have to do usually we have to go directly to the cystotomy and then put the catheter uh, from there and then goes outside, yeah. Okay, next. This is the case 5. The signalman, there's a male again, pretty young, 3 years old, domestic shorter also, and then difficult urinate, anorexia and vomiting. And then when we do the examination, the abdominal, we can feel the undulating, and then tail to the protrusum pudem, and then she's very lethargy. Okay, next. Sorry, this is very old picture, yeah. Cannot see very clear, but when we do the operation, we can see there is a part almost more than half from the bladder is having the necrotic. Next, please. And then actually there is a finding from the emphysema bladder. Tolong kembali lagi ke yang sebelumnya. You can see here the white spot in the middle. Actually, there's air inside the trap. Yeah, we call the emphysema in the bladder. Okay, next. So when we open it, it's really almost 60% from the bladder really having necrotic. Yeah, and then inside in there we saw some bubbles in the middle of the wall. Okay, next. This is the case 6. The signalman female spay, 2 years old, and then she's exotic short hair. And then the anamnesis, the owner noticed it's difficult to gain weight because according to them, if after the sterile, it will be easy for them to gain weight, right? But after 1 year, still skinny. And then when they try to touch that head, she feels something unusual in the stomach. They feel something like bulging, according to the owner, because the cat sleeps together with the owner. And then when we do the examination, she's right. We feel some mass inside. And then when we do the palpation, there is no reaction of pain. Okay, finally we did the surgery. Oh, before that time we do the ultrasound. Okay, next. So we found this one in the left kidney. You see, it's really huge, yeah. And then it's really sad because this cat actually having infection because of the spay before. We found, next please. Okay, we found the fimbrate attached to the retroperitoneum, yeah, near the kidney. And then they cause the infection. That's become the abscess. So we have to take it out the full part from the kidney and the ureter again. Okay, next. So this is the retroperitoneum. It's really full of pus. Okay, next. Okay, this is the 7th case. The signalman, male castrated, 3 years old, domestic short hair, and then a car accident. And then when we do the physical examination, there is a bruise on the ventral abdomen, and then you can see there, yeah, the prepucium, and then the abdomen is really udem. Okay, next. When we do the ultrasound, we see this one. What do you think? Anybody have an idea? There is no acoustic shadowing. Free. We see in the right, and then the surgery is really success. That's really everybody wants like that. So first we have to do the physical examination, especially auscultation, the heart and the lung sound. And then after that we can do the test including the complete blood count and the blood chemistry. And of course, I'm sure right now mostly every clinic having the ultrasound. So it will be helpful for us to do that one.
Maaf ya.
And besides that, usually I
Ini
will
aja
ask
ya.
somebody
Gimana?
to help
Atau
me
ngomong
to
aja?
to measure for the especially for the heart also ya.
Atau
Because
ngomong
it's
aja?
really important when we do the surgery, we have to know the heart condition. Maybe this one Dr. Denny is already,
iya.
Prof. Denny is
Nanti
already
kan ada tanya
explaining to
jawab
you
tuh.
ya.
Oh, iya.
It's quite important.
Iya.
For me itself, usually I just want to know usually how about the circulation itself. Whether the dog or the cat having murmur, is it the cardiac output enough or not? And then how we choose the anesthetic. So before that one, usually I will ask somebody to help me to do this one. And then I think right now many ultrasound having measurement already there. It will be easy for us to see. Okay, next. And then the new one, I like Sonoscape. From the first time I bought the Sonoscape, we already can measure everything there. It's easier for us. But before we have to do it manually, but now the new one, they only have the very easy. Just click one tombol and then become everything coming out. So I think if we have something like that, it will be easy for us for the practice. Yeah. Okay, next. Oh, okay, finish. Okay, thank you. That's all I share today.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Mianab. I think that's all for the Q&A section. Now, we go to the final section. So here with us right now, our director from ASK Medica and our cat clinic. Please welcome Dr. Mirjala.
Ininya aku bawa juga.
Okay.
Terima kasih.
A thorough understanding about the ultrasonography for the treatment of urinary tract disease is vital. That's why, besides upgrading skills, using a sophisticated tools will be very helpful. We are ASK Medica, proudly present our newest product from the famous brand Sonoscape Prophet 70. It comes with the latest intelligent software and a single crystal probe technology to deliver exceptional image. Now it will launch in 3, 2,
Saya ingin menyampaikan bahwa sendiri bagi seluruh yang berada di hari ini, bagi siapa saja yang melakukan kemudian pada hari ini dan esok hari akan berkesempatan dapat berpihak isi tayangan 2024. Ya, bagi siapa yang gembira dan hadis semuanya menjadi dari tiket pesawat, hotel, tiket khusus lebih, semua dilakukan oleh PT Awak Amerika. Dan tentu saja produk yang membawa ini memiliki kualitas yang sangat baik sehingga untuk sekalian akan puas lunasi saya lebih hadirkan. Mungkin itu penyebabnya Sui dari Sonoscape bisa mempresentasikan sedikit produk unggulan dari produk Sonoscape. Terima kasih.